But sometimes when some people hear 100 million, when they hear 50 million, some people are already demoralized because they are not used to the big words. And that's why you need to get comfortable with money. Hi, this is Chudi Kalu, your real estate boy. Nice landlord because I help tenants very well and I help tenants maximize their stay in my property. This is Coach Chudi. I'm also the Millionaire Hustler. Every Monday we are live to share information on real estate. Property Income Show is the show. We talk about real estate opportunities and how you can maximize real estate as an investor. On Tuesday, we are live also. We also discuss the Millionaire Hustler, where we talk about how you can position yourself as a real estate realtor, probably taking advantage, selling real estate, and taking advantage of real estate opportunity. Today, this Monday, what are we going to be talking about? Something very interesting. There are some mistakes that property people make, or some people buying into properties. There are some mistakes that they make, and those mistakes sometimes are very deadly. What are the mistakes? I'm going to be sharing 10 mistakes that people make when buying real estate. And actually, some of these mistakes get them rigged out of exciting deals. Some of them, they are following people's wrong advice. Some of them is because, I've seen in this real estate game, I've seen a lot of people make some mistakes that is not due to maybe any external forces, but to themselves. And then sometimes they come back and they're crying wolf. Why? Because they missed out on good deals. Why? They were following people's wrong advice. So what are the wrong advice that people may have told you, or probably they are currently even telling you right now, that is making you not to take that real estate deal right now? I'm going to be sharing 10 of those things today. There are even much more. I could actually have shared about 1,000 of those things. I've shared even 2,000, 1 million of those reasons why people get themselves rid out of exciting deals. But I'm just going to be just sharing just 10. Because these 10 are very, very common, especially for those of us living in Nigeria today. Now, what are the things that we're going to be talking about? Number one thing is this. Number one is that people tell you that real estate is for those who are rich. One, real estate is for those who are rich. You have to be rich to invest in real estate too. You have to have money. Walo will be Dangote. Walo what $1. You will have plenty money. You'll be like Cosmos Maduka for you to be able to invest in real estate. Is that true? No, it's not true. If you ask me, that's not true. If you ask me, it's not true. And why is it not true? Because I have come to understand this thing, that real estate is not for the rich. Real estate is actually for those who want to be rich. One of the things that my real estate mentor by the name Baba Deyinka told me, and some of these things that I'm sharing with you, he called me aside one day and he told me that one of the reasons why you need to invest in real estate is because real estate is not for those who are rich. It's for those who actually want to be rich. It's not for those who already are up there. It is for those people who also want to climb the ladder towards success. So don't think that, okay, don't rig yourself out of exciting deals because you actually think that it is for those who already are a particular ladder or maybe social status in life. Real estate is not for those who are rich. It is for those who actually want to also be rich. Now, if you want to climb to the ladder of success, you must consider this. Debunk the myth. Who are those who are telling you all these lies? Some of them, if you look at them, some of them are not even where you currently are. And some of these advices you are taking them wrongly because you believe that they have your good at heart. That is not true. That's not entirely true. Because real estate, I've seen people who have been able to climb up the ladder without actually doing any other investment, but to invest in real estate, and they've been able to move their lives forward financially. Why? Because they took the decision of investing in real estate. Take, for example, this person who is probably standing in front of you right now. Probably I had nothing, I had lost everything that I ever knew, but I started investing in real estate. How did I get started? I got started with investing with courage. I got involved in courage because I had lost everything. There was nothing new that I was going to lose. I started investing my social capital into real estate, and today, by the grace of God, I'm a bit comfortable. But the reason why I'm sharing this is not just to also actually prove that I'm very much okay. But the reason is this, is to debunk that idea that people have put into your head that you need to have deep pocket for you to invest in real estate. You don't need deep pocket to invest in real estate. All you just need to just get started is you. You are missing out of exciting deals because you are listening to the wrong advices of people. And that is why you need to shut down those words. Shut down those things. Don't let people bring you into that level. Now, the kind of real estate that Dangote will do may not be the kind of real estate that you currently will be doing. But that does not mean that you cannot take one step. You cannot take a baby step along the way. But don't let anybody shut you away from investing in real estate. But sometimes when some people hear 100 million, when they hear 50 million, some people are already demoralized because they are not used to the big words, and that's why you need to get comfortable with money. Number two, the second one that you need to consider, the second advice that people give to people when they want to invest in, the wrong advice that people give when they want to dissuade you, discouraging advice, is that they tell you that you'll be scammed. You'll be scammed. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in real estate. It's just like you telling somebody that don't fly the aeroplane because the aeroplane will crash. Or that's one of the most ridiculous things. Definitely one aeroplane will crash, but that does not mean that all airplanes will crash. That does not also mean that every real estate you buy, you'll be scammed. And that is when you need to be able to, it's different from you doing your due diligence and doing it properly. But that real estate is not a good deal. My friend, check out those people who are telling you those stuff. That's very ridiculous. And some of the time, people who take this advice, they run away from real estate because of this wrong advice. It is because you are not doing it right. When you do real estate right, you won't be scammed. So the question that you need to ask yourself is, what are the things that makes this thing look like a scam? Then it is much more better to look at it from that perspective than for you to just, take the advice of somebody who says this real estate, people who do real estate are scammers. That's not entirely true. So you need to be able to take that portion and say, you know what makes this thing look like a scam? And be able to dissect it in such a way that you can pick out the genuine one and be able to maximize. So stop taking that literal advice from people. It is easier for people to even go on social media and just try to create a perspective that is not right about real estate. Guess what? The people who are running away from this, who are telling you those things, like I repeat again and again, when they see the opportunity of doing real estate, when they have that opportunity, they're going to invest in it, and they're going to invest all their life savings doing it. But here it is, like somebody talked about MMM, this one, and all of that thing. Those things, are they not scam? Can you compare it with real estate? No. But I'm not just to dissuade any form of investment. But here it is one thing that you must be clear. Real estate is the only only asset that gives you predictable and consistent income from generation to generation. So you cannot just say, just try to take the advice of people who have not seen the beginning of the earth and the end of the earth and begin to take the advice really. Number three thing that people invest in real estate is that they buy real estate for appreciation. A lot of people, those of us in the real estate market, also tell people this thing, that buy real estate because you want it to appreciate. Don't buy real estate. That is wrong. That's a wrong advice. Don't buy real estate because you want the property to appreciate. Buy real estate because it can generate income for you. And buy real estate because it's going to, don't buy real estate and just keep it somewhere and say, you know what, I'm okay with the property. Buy real estate because it's going to generate cash flow for you. Buy real estate because it's going to give you consistent income. Buy real estate because you know that your income is predictable. Buy real estate because it is an indestructible asset. Don't just buy real estate because I'm waiting for the next 10 years for the property to grow wings, for the property to appreciate, for the property to grow like a boy, and the boy becomes a man, that the man can now start paying me in my future. No. Buy real estate because you want it to be paid now. That is why when we talk about rental income, we're talking about paying you now, not because you're not trying to delay gratification, but because the measure of success in real estate is that you are able to generate consistent income no matter how small it is. Let's take, for example, you have a plot of land. A plot of land should not go to waste for 10 years. A plot of land should be generating you some level of income. Even if you have to convert some bit of it into a garden or a farmland, that is an evidence that the property is giving you some revenue. And don't buy land and wait. That is not a good advice. Buy land to generate cash flow. Don't just wait, because when you are waiting, you are wasting. Because the sure sign, because hope is not a strategy for real estate investment. Don't say, okay, my strategy for this real estate investment is that I should hope for it to generate income. Hope is not a good strategy. So it's a wrong advice or a wrong mistake for you to buy real estate in anticipation that it's going to appreciate. Let me tell you this, a property appreciating should be the bonus for a real estate investor, not the main thing that a real estate investor should look out for. It is not the main thing. The main thing for you should be cash flow. If you are a real estate investor, it is when you are not a real estate investor that you should just buy property just for keeping sake, just for luxury, just for happiness, just to be excited. But the real excitement is that your property is generating regular cash flow for you. And that's one of the things that you must consider when you are investing in real estate. But sometimes when some people hear 100 million, when they hear 50 million, some people are already demoralized because they are not used to the big words. And that's why you need to get comfortable with money. Number 4 thing that somebody tells you is that this location is too far. Too far. When somebody says a location is too far, and I'm wondering, if I am in Nigeria, can't I buy a property in Saudi Arabia? Or can't I own a property in Dubai? When somebody who lives in Nigeria tells me that a property that I'm going to buy in Ibejuleki is too far because the person lives in Ikorodu, I wonder. After all, is it not the same Lagos? Because most of the time, we're being fed with wrong information. Some Nigerians that I know are investing massively in Dubai. Some Nigerians I know are investing massively in the UK. Some of them are even investing in Ghana. Some people are currently investing in Rwanda as we speak. But they don't live in Rwanda, they live in Nigeria. The question is, are those places not far? Do you even know the terrain of the area? And the other one, somebody says, number 5 one is that this area is waterlogged. And in my own mind, I've realized that the waterlogged property are the most exciting property. Let's take, for example, beachfront property. Are they not the most expensive properties in the world? Areas that is like an island that is surrounded with water. They're the most expensive property in the world. But the question most people fail to ask themselves is that because people who do not even understand how real estate works are the ones feeding you information of how real estate works. People who don't understand how success works in life, they're the ones who will tell you that don't go this route because it is the way to failure. But that is wrong. That is wrong. Because the people that you are listening to determine the ultimate result you're going to get in life. Number 6 is that people tell you to buy in your village first. It's another very ridiculous one. Very ridiculous. Buy in your village because you don't know where Nigeria is going to. You don't know. I quite understand. Especially for those of us, or some of us who probably invest maybe in Southwest, we invest in the North, we invest in some other areas. But here is the truth. Don't buy in your village first. Buy in places that will give you general residual income, that have property, if it's in the village, that will give you income right away. Buy for that particular kind of purpose. Buy for those things. Don't just buy because of one emotional attachment or the traditional attachment that is for emotional or traditional attachment. Buy because this thing makes logical sense to you, or it makes what we call economic sense to you. Don't just buy because you want to, because a house that you're going to be spending just only 7 days in a year, or probably 12 days in a year. Is that not ridiculous, my friend? Now the issue is this: people want to don't buy for those particular reasons. Don't buy for those reasons. Buy because you understand you have a basic understanding of how real estate works. But sometimes when some people hear 100 million, when they hear 50 million, some people are already demoralized because they are not used to the big words. And that's why you need to get comfortable with money. Number 7 is, people tell you, buy when you have all the money. I think I've been able to address that in the first one. Buy when you have all the money. Oh, you don't need all the money to start. Wherever you start from is your platform. Where you are standing is your platform. What you have is enough to invest in real estate. And simply this, let me also make note of this. The reason why people fail in doing real estate, because when people fail when they are doing real estate, is because they are absorbing all of these ideas and these characters into themselves, and that is why they are missing out. You don't need to have all of the money. All you just need to do is just to get started from wherever you are. Just get started wherever you are. So that is enough for you to really get started. And that is, you don't need to have all of the money. And location should not be what hinders you from investing. Because the idea of starting alone is enough for you to be able to move forward and just begin to contact the right set of people to be able to inspire you to make good your investment. But sometimes when some people hear 100 million, when they hear 50 million, some people are already demoralized because they are not used to the big words. And that's why you need to get comfortable with money. Number 9 is that people tell you to invest where you grew up from. Ibi tí a mọ̀ ní kára lẹ̀ sí. Ibi tí a ti gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ ní kára lẹ̀ sí. Buy where you grew up from. Where you grew up from is already limited. Oh, buy from the hood. Buy from the place. Maybe you grew up in maybe a particular portion in Sulere, so you are buying in Sulere because you want to prove to Sulere people that you have arrived, that a mansion will be named after you. There's really nothing to prove in this life, especially when there's social media, my friend. What you need to do is to be in charge of your welfare, of your financial life, and take charge. Buy where you know you can make money from. Don't buy because you want to show off. If you show off today, people will show you tomorrow. Because the real deal is this: you need to start thinking in terms of your economic life, rather than just buying because you want to prove a point to people. Because let me tell you this: the asset that you have bought from maybe a particular location will pay you times 12 where you are trying to hype yourself and look good in the eyes of people. Number 10 mistake that people also make is this: people think real estate investment is risky. Real estate investment is another ridiculous one, because no investment that does not have its own attachment, or it does not have its own that is exclusive from risk. Every investment has its own risk. Let me tell you this: you drive a car and you are moving on the highway with speed, driving at 60. Is that not risky? Every step you take in this life is risky. So is also real estate. But here is how to demystify yourself, and that is why you must be knowledgeable about the things you are investing into. Because most of the things that people are telling us is because there is no understanding to things, because people have limited their knowledge to certain things. That is why they say real estate is risky. That is why, because they don't understand how someone can be making money, or how someone can own 200 apartments in Nigeria and still be normal. They don't understand how somebody can own 6 plots of land. And some people will be telling you, why you just buying property anyhow? Because they don't understand the process. And here is the real deal. Because real estate is risky because you don't have enough information. Because you are not working with the right information. Nor are you working with the right set of people in your network. And that is why you need to, let me tell you this: if you have to put those people who are discouraging you, put them aside and begin to engage in those people that are going to be in the right network, because they will inspire you to be able to make success. Because the wrong set of people are the ones giving you this wrong advice. And that is why it seems that you are not making so much effort in a bit to making progress in your life. So one of the fundamental things you need to do, address first, it's not the risk. The fundamental thing you need to address is what? Is the information that people are bringing to you. Is the information that you have access to. What is the information about the area, the house type, the investment? What investment? For example, you want to succeed in real estate. What information of real estate do you even have? And that is why this platform is a very good platform, because you need information for you to scale up. Don't just buy real estate because everybody are just buying, but buy in real estate with information. And that is where the risk is reduced to the barest minimum. Thank you very much. I hope you'll be able to learn something. The books are still available. This book, it will change your life. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. I love this book. I wrote this book in 6 hours. But guess what? The content is a lifetime content. I shared and I poured my heart into this book. This book will change your life, will change how you think about real estate and how you can buy into real estate. So this book, for 1,600 naira, just go to www.coachchudi.com. You can have access to it. Just subscribe to it. We're going to have this book delivered to you. This book, we are not distributing this book in any bookstore at the moment because we want to be able to mentor and teach people how those people who have access to this book, we can mentor them and lead them all the way to the point where they can be successful. Some of the people who have read this book have started investing massively in real estate. I can tell you why, because they have knowledge about what they are doing, and that's why you need to start investing in knowledge. And so this book is also one of those resources that will help you in your real estate adventure. Till I come your way again next time, my name is Chudi Kalu. I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I share ideas on how people can be inspired to do real estate rightly. Thank you very much for staying with us. Keep on subscribing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is Coach Chudi. Instagram, Coach Chudi. Thank you very much for being with us. God bless you. Stay rich and free. But sometimes when some people hear 100 million, when they hear 50 million, some people are already demoralized because they are not used to the big words, and that's why you need to get comfortable with money.